Well, all right, everybody, it's that time. Hello, my name is E.R. Wolf. I'm joined by my business partner, Guy Toole here. We are the co-founders over at Elify, and you're joining us for Monday Sprint Planning. Now, guys, this is the exciting part. This is the first week of 2021. So if you were joining us early on as we finished up 2020, you were finishing strong so that we could start the year fast. Hopefully, a lot of you have built up momentum going into the end of the year and you're ready to start 2021 fast. And we've got a lot of stuff going on, Guy. I know you and I have already gone through and started to plan out our year, plan out the first quarter, start to break that down into some months and some weeks. And we're ready to get after this week. In fact, we've already been working away, and this is just part of that win list activity for us on what's important now. Well, sprint planning is important, and we want to make sure not only are we doing sprint planning, but we want to make sure every single person in the Elify Nation, all of the Elify affiliates, are also committing to doing their sprint planning as well. So this is sort of your friendly reminder, if you haven't done it already, to do your sprint planning. So, Guy, look, there are lots of resources available to everybody. We're going to talk about a few of those. Again, I'm going to encourage you. This is something that hopefully you joined us last week on Wednesday's Mindset of a Champion training. It was the last one of the year. If you haven't watched it, you need to go back and watch that replay. We talked about goal setting. We talked about projecting out. We talked about forecasting. We talked about those 3 steps that Edwin and Michael were training us on. And I know that served me really well in 2020. And I know it's going to serve us phenomenally well in 2021. But if you haven't seen that information, and if you haven't set those forecasts, projections, and goals for yourself for 2021, you really need to do that so you can have that game plan. In fact, Guy, you and I were just talking a little bit before we got on this about 2021 and setting those big, what I would call big, hairy, audacious goals, the BHAGs of the year, and knowing, oh my gosh, how am I going to accomplish everything we want to accomplish over the next year? And then realizing, guys, this is the next 52 weeks. And Guy, I know you said, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. So if we've got an elephant that's going to span 52 weeks, what we're really looking for this week, and as we start fast in 2021, is how do we do 1 or 2 50 seconds of our big goal? And how do we set that out just for this week to have our forecast for the week, our projection for the week, and our goal for the week? And a lot of where that starts is this daily sprint planning sheet that we have, and it's available in your affiliate assets. If you go into affiliate.elify.com, you can access this sheet. It's also posted on the socials. And there are 2 other sheets I know we are going to spend a little bit of time talking to. One is the Wheel of Life. And Michael and Edwin introduced this to us back in November. It's about finding that balance in all areas of your life and not being so fixated on any one thing. And again, with these goals and these projections and sort of your win list, one of the things that I've been doing with the what's important now as we prioritize our time for the week is looking at how that prioritized time fits into my wheel of life. So I'm not sort of letting some things go by the wayside as I progress down my 2021 goals.
So, ER, I know prior to getting on here, and we've talked about it, there's 52 weeks this year. And just like you had said, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? You can't attack all 52 weeks this week. That's where you're going to set your goal, your forecast, your projections, and your goals for these next 52 weeks to total out this year. I even start thinking about, if I didn't measure something and I didn't manage that and say I didn't do it in this first week of the year, there's people that I've heard of that maybe didn't hit it in the first few days of the year. So they wait until next year. They're going to wait 52 weeks in order to get going. Well, I guess I'm going to wait until next year to start doing things.
Yeah.
I think that's very narrow-sided looking at that. So you need to really look at what this year has in store for you, what you want it to be in store for you. There's so many things that you control, and we just want to be able to have a community where people can come together and communicate with each other, to drive each other, to support each other. And that's why we do these sprint plannings. It's not only just Elify sprint planning. It's how can I implement something like this into my daily life, whether I have a 9-to-5 or I have other opportunities. What am I doing in order to drive forward? So we have a lot of those types of trainings available within Elify, of which we have discovered trainings, which we encourage each and every one of you to invite people to discover what Elify is. Elify is going to be making some huge moves. If you've been on some Tuesday trainings with Kathy, and maybe ER and I have jumped in, you've seen some things on Kathy's screen that not everyone has access to. Because it's sort of in an alpha phase, but of what's being developed and what's going to be released, there's going to be some massive changes, we feel, in this first month, if not first quarter, first half year. It's potentially going to look totally different than how you have experienced Elify and Shuffle right now. So we have taken that from you all as adjustments, things that you're asking for. A lot of big things will be coming.
And Guy, while you're looking around for that stuff, I mean, guys, this is what's exciting, right? We've got a lot of stuff coming down the pike in 2021. We've got a lot of new features coming in with the technology, a lot of new tools, some new exciting opportunities all across the board. And we're excited to release some of those. Are going to be in beta, alpha. Some of them will become public for everybody to use. And we're going to be making some of those announcements in this coming month in January. We've got a lot of other things happening as well. And Guy, to your point, this is what I want. There's always, I hear back from everybody who's on these calls, watching these calls and replay, placing comments down below after watching these things where they pick up all of these gold nuggets. And one of the things, Guy, that I just heard, and I know how well that has served me and served you, is don't say, hey, if I slip up, if I forget, if I lose traction, if I'm not perfect this week in executing my 1/52nd of my whole game plan and hitting my goal for 2021, that I'm going to quit and I'm going to wait a whole year. One thing that has served me so well is waking up every morning, having that morning routine and resetting myself every day. For some people, it's the first of the month. I'm just going to wait till the first of the month. Or for other people, it's the first of the week. I'm going to wait till Monday. Get in that mind frame, get in that habit that every single day is a new day. And you are in charge of the choices and the decisions that you're going to make each and every day. And you get to start with a clean slate. Guy, I know you and I talk about this, like we can't change anything from yesterday and beyond. You know what I mean? Like it's happened already. And we did whatever we could to win that day. I know Michael talked about the 80, I think it was on the win list, the 84,500 seconds. Or 86,400 seconds that we all have available each day, guys. After that's over, the next 86,400 seconds start again. And you guys get an opportunity to go through and win that day. And guys, when I think of the whole year, right, 365 days, we now have 361. It's the 4th right now. And I'm not getting overwhelmed or stressed or anxious about all those hundreds of days that are to come. I'm only focused on today and sort of what that next week looks like. And that's the sprint that we're talking about. And then what Guy and I are talking about is just staying consistent. If you work to win every single day, and that's really what the mindset of a champion is all about, winning every single day. You may not win every day, right, Guy? We know we fight for the W, but sometimes you get the L, and losses just don't feel that great. You got to pick yourself up. You got to dust yourself off. And the next day comes and you go out and you win that day. And if you win more days than you lose, you're going to make forward progress. And really, that's how you eat the elephant, one day at a time, one bite at a time. And that's why we're providing you with this information so that you can start to win it. When we talk about revenue generating activities in our business, if you're part of the Elify Nation, you joined this affiliate program because you wanted to create some passive residual income in your life. I know if you joined us last week as we closed out the year, one of the things that Michael Ray was talking about, and it's my goal, hope, and prayer for everybody who's watching this, is that you can create a few $1,000s this year in passive residual income. You may not create it by tomorrow, but if you're diligently working along a path, and we're going to show you the path as we work together this year, you're going to start to see forward progress down that path so that you can reach those goals. And there is a process, a plan that produces predictable results. And we're going to be talking about those things a lot as we move forward in January. And one of those things that has already come up, and it's happening consistently throughout the week as we support you and your affiliate progress, right? And if I'm looking at the Wheel of Life, Guy, it's sort of like the financial portion of the Wheel of Life is a big thing, right? And the career portion, those are sort of what we're talking about here when we talk about the Elify affiliate program. But we don't want you to lose sight that all of these sort of best practices can be attributed to all of those areas of the Wheel of Life. So when we talk about those revenue generating activities for the affiliate program, the easiest revenue generating activity you can do to make forward progress is to invite people to a discovery call. Okay, we talked about the forecast, the projection, and the goal. Okay, and maybe you know where you want to be monetarily in 2021, and you've cut it in half, and that's the 6-month sort of milestone. You've cut it in half again, and that's your first quarter milestone. You've cut that down 3 times, and now you have your January milestone, guys. Let's cut that down by a quarter, and now we're at this week's milestone for what we want to do to really work towards that goal. And Michael Ray said it perfectly, Guy. Your forecast, or maybe it was Edwin, your forecast might be getting 1 person invited to a discovery call, okay? Your projection might be, no, I want to project. I know if I work diligently at this, the next discovery call is tomorrow night on Tuesday, I can get 3 people invited to that. Or maybe your goal, if everything falls into alignment, if you go through your list and every phone call you make, they say yes. And remember, we're talking about things, if I, will you. Hey, if I sent you some information about a tool I think could improve your 2021, will you take an opportunity to join me on Tuesday night for 15 minutes to learn a little bit more about this technology and to discover Elify? If I, will you, guys, that's the question. If they say yes, you go on ahead and send them out the Zoom link so that they can join in and the Zoom password. It literally is that simple, but it's about being relentlessly consistent on doing those revenue generating activities, guys. We do 3 discovery calls every week. We post out the calendar. You've got an opportunity on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. So the question becomes now for your sprint planning, what are you going to do between now and tomorrow night to go out and put your goal onto that call and shoot for your goal? If it's 7 people for the call, shoot for 7. If you miss that goal and hit your projection, you might get 3. Worst case scenario, you should hit your forecast, which is 1. We're going to do that discovery call on Tuesday. We're going to do it again on Thursday. We're going to do it again on Saturday. If you are relentlessly consistent about going out and running the process of the revenue generating activities, and it's just inviting. Think about your audiences as you plan out the year, okay? If I, would you, ask them to join, share them the information, set a follow-up reminder in your shuffle to reach back out with them, 20 minutes before the call and see and work and drive. That's the revenue generating activity. Ask yourself, how long do I need to apportion in my win list of what's important now to complete that activity? This is something that Guy and I do all the time when we talk about sprint planning. We don't manage our time from the standpoint of here to this, to this, to this, and it's so we look at what is important now, that win list that Michael and Edwin talk about, and we say, this needs to get done. This needs to get done. This needs to get done. And then we look at how long do we think it's going to take to get those things done. This is a big thing. It takes 4 hours to get done, or 8 hours to get done, or 1 hour to get done. Guys, ask yourself, how long is it going to take you to invite 7 people to the discovery call on Tuesday night? It's not going to take you 4 hours. In fact, most of you could get that done after this call by going through, hitting and filling out your win list for the week, hitting and filling out your sprint planning for the week, and then sending out some emails, some text messages, some social posts just about Tuesday's call. Once that call's done, start lining people up for the Thursday call. Once that one's done, start lining people up for the Saturday call. And I'll tell you right now, Guy and I are going to get on Saturday after that discovery call and make ourselves available for a little bit of Q&A for all of those guests who are coming on, your guests who Edwin, Michael, Guy, the entire Elify team is supporting you and helping you make those referrals. That's why we want you to take advantage of them. Sure, we want you to be sending out other promo cards and doing other outreach in combination. But when we talk about what's important now, that's what I want everybody on these calls to be thinking about. What's important to Guy and I? It's to have the sprint planning call. It's to host the discovery call. It's to make sure that we're doing shuffle trainings on Tuesday so that all users have the ability to get in, learn, and advance what they're doing on content and relationship moving forward. Wednesday nights, guys, okay? Mindset of a champion training. We're going to talk about the trust process. We're going to start learning a lot of great information. And Guy, I'm so pumped that we've got Michael and Edwin and the whole Edge Global group over there combining forces with us, because I know not only will this help you be more successful as an Elify affiliate, guys, this is going to help you in all areas of your life. I know I did it for myself, Guy. You can see I filled this out here. We're practicing what we preach. I went through and filled out get yourself a little notebook for the year, filled it out, went through each of those things and wrote it out. If you haven't written your goals down, if you don't have a map to know where you're going, how are you going to get there? And I think, Guy, that's what you and I talk about all the time. That's what served us so well in helping us achieve those goals. And, I know that this is what's going to serve us in achieving all the goals we set out for ourselves individually and for Elify collectively in 2021.
Right. And so, to finish out the week, what's also available is, so we got Discover calls Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We've got Edge Global Training Wednesday. And then we've got our Friday with Founders. It's been a few weeks since we've had a Friday with Founders just due to where the holidays had fallen. And that will be again Friday. I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of people, because I get messages daily from people that have been on our platform for years and saying, I need to get started. I need to get going. It's 2021. Well, where are you going to start? You need to start somewhere. Come to these types of lives. Come to our trainings. Reach out to support wherever you need anything. We're here. We're going to meet you wherever you are to help support you. If you're brand new, reach out. We're here to do whatever. You're also going to hear ER mentioned a lot. Win list. We're no longer going to be doing a to-do list. What do I need to do today? What different types of things like that? No, it's a win list. It's what's important now. And so this is important for us. This is why we get on. This is why we make ourselves available. You can always reach out to us. We will be available to you because it's important for us. So with that, we're going to have an amazing year in 2021. We're in, I guess, towards the latter end of a contest that a lot of you know that we've been running from the standpoint of referrals and affiliate activations. If you haven't started, you still have time. It's going to go through next Friday. And what's really exciting is ER and I are going to be together in making that announcement. And there's probably going to be a couple other people that are going to be with us when we make that announcement in a location where you're not going to see this brown wall behind me or ER's whiteboard anymore when we make this announcement on who these winners are. So everyone, you have the opportunity. You've got 3 opportunities for Discover calls this week, 3 next week in order to get people invited and involved, activating their affiliate status, them doing the exact same thing, inviting. I think it's just going to be a whirlwind of the amount of things that are going to be happening in these first few weeks of the year. We've planned them out. We've put it on our win list, what's important now. And we are just extremely excited to be able to continue to provide solution like Shuffle to you. Enhancements coming very soon. I think we'll a lot of you. And, from myself, I'm just excited. 2021 is going to be, I'll say it, a hell of a year. And we're excited. And no matter what, we're going to keep driving forward. And we're hoping that you're hitching your wagon to ours, because we're going to get there no matter what.
Yeah, Guy, I don't think I could say it any better myself. For everybody who joined us today, thank you for joining us. Here's to an amazing 2021. I know Guy and I are just pumped to get out there, meet you where you are, start being in places in real life. I think that's a big thing. And I feel like everybody, it was turning of a corner with New Year's. You know what I mean? A lot of us, let's leave 2020 behind us and let's focus on everything we want to accomplish in 2021, and let's work together to support each other in reaching those goals. So with that being said, everybody, the next live event is going to be tomorrow for Tuesday training. Okay, you're going to want to check that out, especially if you're looking to improve and master how you use Shuffle. We've been talking a lot about content creation. We're going to be talking a lot about relationship management and networking and referring coming up in 2021. There's going to be a lot of exciting things, so you're not going to want to miss that. And then remember, again, 3 discovery calls this week. The first one is tomorrow night with Edwin and Michael. Start your inviting now. Look for the Zoom link and the password. That's what you're going to want to share out in your invitation to invite people to come and learn more. And I want to close out by reminding everybody, if I would you, we've talked about that in the past. And usually that's the easiest way to ask, hey, so-and-so, I have something I think could benefit you. If I shared this with you, would you take an opportunity to check it out? If they say yes, they're leaning forward and they're engaged, and that's an opportunity to send that invite. The more people you bring onto the discovery calls, the more you're going to win. So let's help you win that contest as we go through these last 2 weeks. It ends the 15th of January, everybody, so let us know how we can support you in achieving your results. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Make it a great week.